Hola. So, a couple of things here. I posted a video. Uh, this guy's like, I have a lot of critiques, but the woke shit is BS. Gigawatts is just a reference. Well, see, that's the thing is, Giga is short for Jigaboo, and in Back to the Future, they're actually mispronouncing the G in gigawatt. See that? Like when some people say, oh, it's a GIF or it's a GIF, it's a GIF, as in graphic interface file or whatever the fuck it stands for. G, hard G. Some things are hard G's, some things are soft G's. So, but anyways, I was just making a comment about um, Derek Williston. That's all. If you actually monitor the video and my tone and some of the things that I'm bringing up, I don't really make a lot of jokes in the video. I wanted it to be very serious, mostly so that you guys understand that this is a technical critique. That's it. I was just bringing up things that I didn't like. That's all. You want to listen to Derek and his videos? Go for it. I'm not stopping you at all. I was just making my observations. That's it. So, which is what I want to do on my channel. If you don't like that, guess what? You don't have to watch my fucking channel. Jesus Christ. Also, somebody asked me to comment on this guy. What's his name? Soundman. Whatever. I'm sorry, I don't remember your name. It's like Brad or Greg or Brandon? No, it's not Brandon. Anyways, I like you, Mr. Soundman. I think you make great videos. I think they're great quality. They would be on, Discovery or any sort of cable channel. It's not the subjects that you cover, of course, are not popular enough to warrant mainstream video. I was checking out some of your website, and I think that's it. You're really robbing yourself. I think there should be way more cool stuff than just this. I think there should be amps and all kinds of other stuffs. I wish there was a way that I could help you monetize your popularity and your skill than what you're doing now. I would love to see you with your own brands of subwoofers and audio and all kinds of other bullshit. So that's just my take on it. Otherwise, I love all your videos. I certainly don't like, and I love that you make fun of that guy, Mark, because I cannot stand him. I can't even, yeah, and he does look like Zuckerberg. And I sort of look at him and I go, because you're a cute guy. No homo, but you're a cute guy and you're kind of macho and you remind me of my friends growing up skateboarding and all that kind of shit. And, but that, I don't like that guy. Like he's like a lizard person. And I don't watch his channel because I get annoyed with somehow like he's the authority. Like he went to RTTI and then he comes back like he's a genius. I'm like, ugh. If you just read the book on RTTI, all they did was steal from other, like they stole from upholstery skill sets. They stole from physics. They stole from math. They put it all in one package because that's the kind of car audio stuff that car audio or even audio in general requires. So, but I like your videos. I don't really have time to watch them all, but I do like your style, and I think I wish you all the best, and I wish you could make more money. That's what I think. Now, what was it? Somebody was asking me about EXO. I can't stand him. I don't understand him. I don't like him. I think he's fucking annoying. But I'm not telling you guys not to watch him. If you like watching the videos he watches, fucking go for it. He's a big boy. These guys are big boys. Big D is a big boy. He's a big dummy. Whatever. I don't care. All I did was criticize, and I don't want to fucking like Patton Oswalt just tried to justify taking a selfie with Dave Chappelle. Like I would be honored Like, goddamn. Like, even if Michael Jackson fucking touched a kid, I'd be like, oh, he let me touch the kid too. I touched Michael Jackson's sex slave. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I don't want to apologize for my opinion. I certainly don't want to do that. But I do want to go. Let's see where I want to go. Oh, Amazon, Recoil. So, recoilaudio.com is up. And I think this is some of the stuff that we're going to be unloading from the container tomorrow, because I haven't seen it in the warehouse, but he's showing that there's like 40 pieces of stuff. And I don't want to enter my credit card number and then go psych, like I don't want to do that, but it shows that it's in stock and that they have them. And I'm like, I don't remember seeing them. So maybe Larry knows something about that I don't know. And I wanted to go into, where'd it go? It's car audio. It is active loaded enclosures. This is what I was supposed to be doing a review about, but really I was like, what do I really want to do on the review? And really what I want to do is, number one, this is much lower than the price that Larry had discussed. And I think that sometimes Larry is not really in charge of deciding what the price is. They really want to get the name and the brand out. And this is a really, really good subwoofer. This was designed whenever Larry Frederick helped out on a lot of this stuff. And, you like his stuff. You liked all of his Phoenix Gold stuff. You liked him at Diamond Audio. You liked him at Swivel and Vega. That Larry, both the Larrys, have been working in tandem to bring you great products through different brands. Cicada is now Larry Frederick's last hurrah. He's fucking old and he wants to retire. So, and if you like motorcycle audio and you are done with the bullshit and you really want to get some value, talk to Larry, because his products are as good or better than anything else out there on the market. And they're typically what he does the same thing that I do, which is like he makes a great product and then he undercuts the market by 10 or 15%. So, Larry really, again, Larry Frederick, he signed my jacket. So, I have a Phoenix Gold jacket that I bought like 10, 15 years ago. And it was on eBay. It was like $50, but I really liked it because it was like a Letterman jacket, and I never got into sports, but I wanted a Letterman jacket, or at least I wanted to be cool like that. But I really hated our school colors. They were blue and orange. It was terrible. So, but I got this. It's a leather, like what is it? Letterman jacket, and I had Larry Frederick sign it. And he's like, what do you want me to say? And I was like, say something like fuck robot. And so he's like, fuck robot. And then he's like, Larry Frederick. So that was good. When I saw him last, it was before the holiday. It was great. So, but he's like, you're going to sell this. I'm like, well, eventually after you die, because then it'll be worth something. Plus I only break it out like once a year. Like that's how cold it gets here in Arizona. Like there's usually one day or 1 week of the year where you're like, fuck, it's fucking cold. I should get a heater out here. And then you just never get around to it. And then next thing you know, it's warm and you're like, oh, wow, spring already? It's February? Okay, cool. But as far as this stuff goes, I do want to take this apart and just get a look at the magnet. So just so that you can see it. And I want to get teal small parameters on the thing and then sort of calculate the box and all that kind of stuff. One of the things that this first batch of powered subs has, I wish they would have put the subwoofer on the other side, on the angled side. But this is popular for putting in the back of like a sedan, so that the back seat hits up against this. So, I don't know. That's just my preference. But at the factory, they chose an amplifier that did not have AutoSense. And so they included a really fancy LOC that I think Larry Frederick had designed for Diamond Audio and Sora and Vega, but it's the Recoil version. And they included that, and as well as an 8-gauge kit. Which I thought was a waste, because Larry Van Sickles, sorry, I gotta straighten my Larry's. Larry Van Sickles' partner in China sometimes will force things down his throat and will say like, my research says that this is a good seller. And then Larry Van Sickles like, what the fuck are you talking about? And then, Larry has to, again, they end up making like a nickel profit. And I'm like, you're wasting everyone's fucking time. But Larry Van Sickle, he says, "Hey Patrick, would these 10 gauge CCA? It's oversized CCA, but it's still CCA." He's like, "Would you, are these valuable to you?" And I go, "Oh, for sure." And he's like, "Well," and then all of a sudden he's like he thinks I'm magic, and he says, "So like, what market are you approaching these with?" And I go, "What are you talking about, market?" And he goes, "Well, you said you're interested in the 10 gauge CCA kits." And I go, "Well, yeah." And I go, "I do all kinds of small base single subsystems, and I just give it away as part of the package." I go, "You don't think I sold these, did you?" I was like, "God, no." And I was like, "No, these are a waste of time." But, if you're selling it with an amp that does, 25 amps or 30 amps or whatever it's fused for, it's fine. It's fine. It's good up to about, I think, probably 40, maybe 50 amps. But that's it, but again, it depends on your market. It depends on what you're trying to sell for. So, but I told them to include, sorry, I had told them to include the 10 gauge kits with these instead of the 8 gauge kits. And Larry's like, "No, give them the 8 gauge kit." So good for you guys. So, but when you order these, the last time I checked on this was $177. Now it's $140 shipped. I don't think he has them listed in the Amazon store. Let's see. No. There it is. So, wow, it's 114 here. And then it's, oh, that does not look good, Larry. You're supposed to go to the website, and the website's supposed to have a better deal. That is not a better deal. So, but there's only 12 left in stock. So at 115, that is, wow. First of all, he's leaving no meat on the bones for me to resell or even rebadge or even think about anything like that. These are actually really nice enclosures. These are ported MDF that are vinyl wrapped, and they look fucking great. Yeah, no meat on the bones for me. Wow, fuck. And that's one of the things I fear about buying branded stuff like these. I've been selling these for $45 a pair. So, but he's got a listed for 36 shipped. How can I compete with that? That's like next to my cost. Like, ugh. So, but sometimes if somebody comes in and they want something and I go, "Okay, these are 45 a pair," and they're like, "That's fine." And a lot of times they don't want to wait. So I realized I don't have to be the lowest price on the internet in order to make a sale or to make someone happy. So, but I highly recommend you guys. Now this one I can do a better deal on. So this one he has 125. I think we're doing them for 80 shipped. So, but the ones I have are B stock. They're returns. I test them. One of the problems that we had on these was some of the harnesses were not making proper connections. And so I have a bunch of them that work, but I'm waiting on harnesses and they won't come in until after CNY. So I have to wait for the shipment on these, but I do have some in stock. So if you do want this one, which sounds pretty good, but I only do it for 80 shipped. Now the other one, let's see if this one, nope, that's not the one. There's another one. Let me go back. This one I do for 100 shipped, and this one actually I like the sound better. So one of the problems that we found with this one was people are just turning it up too loud. They're abusing the shit out of it. This one I think has protections built into it, so it's kind of abuse proof. Because the ones that I've been getting back, the errors seem either user, just stupid people, or the harness is just a bad connection. That's it. So I haven't nailed down what is wrong in the bad harness, but I just set it aside and then maybe we can fix it later, or maybe I can find somebody to fix it later. So, but these sound much better. Let's see how much he's selling them for. Currently unavailable. So there you go. I have some available. They're only $100 shipped, which is still cheaper than the 8-inch one. But if you want, let's see. Those are, who is that? Who is this? Is this Kicker? Looks like Kicker. Is that Kicker? Maybe that's new Kicker for 2022. It doesn't say. Oh, maybe it's a Kicker knockoff. That's interesting. What is that, a tweeter? What the fuck is going on here? That's like a two-way. What is that? Connectivity, brand YAECCC. Okay, yeah, you guys thought I was bad by putting fucking Kicker stickers on shit? That is really knocking shit off. So anyways, we will fuck them. we will ignore them. So I also have one of these left. Let's see what he's doing that one for. $389. Yeah, mine is $350 shipped. So, and those are great sound bars, by the way. They are on par with Wet Sounds. I think Wet Sounds does theirs for $8.99 shipped. So, but I'll let you research that yourself. So, but yeah, God, it's almost midnight. We just got finished with all these guys. These are the 500 amp relays. Even though it's not in the parts, the BOM, the bill of materials, for some reason somebody bitched about not having a little butt connector for the turn on. And so, not that I'm not grateful, but the problem is like one little comment. Larry Van Sickle's like, hey Pat, take all these home with you over the weekend and put a little butt connector in every one. I'm like, okay, you're the boss. So, but we got those all done, and then we got the new ones, the 80 amp ones all done. We put new stickers on them, and they're all ready to go, and we'll package those up tomorrow. And then we're supposed to be unloading the container, but I texted him, and I haven't received a thing back. So he might be a little overwhelmed since tomorrow's a big day. Because everybody's going back to work. It's the 4th, and may the 4th be with you. And again, Soundman, keep doing your cool shit. I will definitely watch. I've never been a real fabricator. I mean, I like looking at that kind of stuff for sure. Where is it? What happened? What did I do? Go back. Do something else. There we go. If you like fabrication, no, I like what I was doing. Go back. What happened? Oh, I want to go to him.
Solized cancer chemicals.
Goo. Playing with the Gorilla Glue. So, yeah, the name of his show is called Amplified, and this is Soundman. And then, sorry, I'm not bringing up your thing. What's your about, dude? Santa Clarita. His dad, I remember seeing that interview talking about how his dad showed him how to do everything right there at the head unit, where you can test all the speakers, you can do all kinds of stuff right there. Doug Bernards. Doug. I love you, Doug. Good job. Channels. He doesn't feature any other channels. He's like, fuck you guys. Dude, Sony partnership. What it seems like what he's famous for, though, is the iPad mod, and then doing the Bass Wars with that other guy I don't like, who looks like Mark Zuckerberg. Yeah, that guy. No, I love that quote that he gets from Empire Strikes Back. No, it's when Luke finds out his dad is Darth Vader and killed a bunch of Jedi babies. So that's it for tonight. Let's see. I think I covered everything. Big D Wiz is well-meaning, but I really want to see him update his videos, like his format. Like, it's okay, Big D. First of all, you don't have to call yourself Big D Wiz. And I like that you changed your. It used to be, I thought it was old school stereo, like there was a channel, but you changed it to Williston Labs, and that's good. Like, first of all, promote yourself so that you're, like, what is that in Bad Romance when Lady Gaga's like, saying her own name in her own song? Like, it's good to promote yourself sometimes. But again, my critique, I don't even want to get back into my critique about that. I think I was looking at him earlier. Channels. No, more goo. He's jizzing in the goo. Oh yeah, I did comment on one of his videos. It was great. He was talking about how JL Audio needs to lube you up when you do your annual buy-in so that you can still be a dealer. And what is it called? He's like, they don't even, I think he said they lube you up. I don't want to go back. Let me go back. Said JL Audio lubes you up, and I was like, yeah, spit on that butthole. I love it. So, but I think that was it. Go to Sandman Store, which is, he has an Amazon shop. I'll put a link in the description. I'll put a link to his channel, which is Amplified. And then I'll put links to the Amazon store, or Amazon Recoil store, so you can compare pricing. And if there's anything in here that you want, a lot of times I'm able to pull it apart and add a little bit extras. I ended up doing a delivery on Friday for, it was the silicone speaker enclosures. They're just sort of like jizz catchers. They're meant to catch the rain and keep the rain off your components. And one of the cool things that they include in it is this little egg crate piece of foam. And I guess one of his didn't have two pieces. It only had one piece. And so Larry's like, hey, can you drop ship this to this? And I come to find out he was in Mesa. And I was like, let me just drive out there. And drove out there and saw him out in his driveway. And I was like, here you go. Speedy delivery. So, but check out the recoilaudio.com. And, that was the other thing. Larry told me, Larry Van Sickle. Again, it is confusing when I go in there and, you say Larry and they both answer. But Larry Van Sickle said, when you click on these, like everybody likes the rose gold, everybody wants the components though, but these kind of both sound the same. So you're kind of overpaying there. But do your research on them. So there should be a part number. And I want you guys to always get the best pricing on these. So, but these are, again, these compared to really high-end stuff. Because again, remember, Larry Van Sickle was doing a lot of importing for Rockford. They were doing importing for their own brand, which was Lightning Audio. They still do a lot of importing for SMD. They do importing and product consultant. They consult on the brands. They consult on problem solving and things like that. And so that's what's actually ironic about a lot of this stuff that Larry imports under his own brand, which is Recoil. And there's like fucked up stuff about it. And I'm like, oh, wow. It's like, so importing and manufacturing is very difficult. And I don't recommend it to anybody because, and I think that's one of the reasons why he prices it so cheap, so that you sort of forgive some of the errors that you might see or stuff like that until they get it refined. So, and also that once it becomes a more established brand, there's going to be, the prices are going to go up. So, but I have the top end ones that I did not see, and I'm almost afraid not to mention them because I don't want them to undercut me. But all I'm it looks like a Dynaudio one. Oh God, they've been feeding me ads from, who is it? From Parts Express every time, because of the cookies and whatever. But I think they're honeycomb. They look like Morels. So, but it's a higher end set than this, and I want to do the sweep on them and all that kind of stuff. But I want to bring them out as probably, oh, that's what we should do. We should bring them out as the Jizz Llama. Well, I want to bring them out as two brands. So it'll be Jizz Llama's high-end component set, and then I'll also not badge them, and they can be BlackJack Audio dealers only, stuff like that. So we can do side by side, and then also we can market them under Gonzo version 2. So we can do that as well. See, I'm marketing the same product under 3 different brands. Oh, go for that. Just like the big boys do. So I got my big boy panties on. I could be a big boy. Big boy. So, but one of the interesting things I wanted to mention, and then I'll let you guys go. The patents that they have on there are actually real fucking patents. And they've had to talk to a couple of people that have a couple of stern conversations about other companies knocking off their patents. So, but Larry actually owns quite a few patents, or I should say controls, because they don't belong to him personally. They belong to the company. So, but, it's half of Larry's company. But there's some really, really great stuff that, again, Larry Van Sickle has been giving out to Metra, SMD, Diamond Audio, Servo Vega, Lightning Audio, Rockford, and he hasn't been keeping himself. So both of the Larrys, this is probably the last hurrah for both of them. Even Larry F is like, he's been around since Flintstones. And Larry Van Sickle is getting up there in age, but he wants to retire and just sort of travel and do that kind of stuff. So hopefully they'll leave some crumbs for me to manage, and I still want Larry Van Sickle to do all the they did the stuff for Sirius when the Stiletto came out for Sirius Sound. They did all that stuff, all those electronics, all those accessories, all that kind of stuff. And so I want him to do that for me when I introduce, let's see, I'll name drop. Blue Devil Audio, Red Devil Audio. What was the other one? Copperhead Audio. I think those are the main three that I wanted to do. There's a bunch of other stuff that I wanted to do, but where I build a brand, or at least I launch it in a movie. And then, of course, guess who's there to make it? Larry. So anyways, I love you guys. It is Sunday night. You'll probably be in your fucking cubicles or on your way to work watching this, and know that I love you. And not that I don't love Big D. I got annoyed with him. That's all I did. Is fuck. Jesus Christ. You guys get all butthurt. Sounds like you're butthurt that you can't afford JL. Yeah, I don't want to pay that much for a fucking subwoofer because I know how much they really cost to make. I want to pay close to what they cost to make. Duh. Oh my God. And then like the Apple people are the same way. They're like, oh, you can't afford the Apple i13. They're giving it away for free. Yeah, for your soul. That's what they want, is your fucking soul for that bullshit. And then you can't even get to the settings. Like you're not allowed to adjust the settings. And then now they're like, what is it? Who they're controlling? Oh, it's the Reddit app. They don't want Reddit to use curse words. Like what the, and what is, that's okay. I got to cover this real quick. So, because I was going to do a Sunday sermon, and I was like, no, people don't like when I preach. And I'm like, that makes some really unpopular videos. And I'm like, no, I got to do something else. So, but it was very entertaining. There was a guy, I forget his name, but he's a roofer. And he came out with like a 84 Mitsubishi Jeep looking vehicle that he got for free from his uncle or whatever. And I understood that, he seemed kind of frugal, and that's right up my alley, and I can help those guys. And what he wanted was more, but he wasn't offering up more money. And I was like, well, I'm not going to sit there and, I fell for that trap before. And so anyways, I made some recommendations. At first we powered everything off the head unit because he didn't want to buy a bigger amp. And I was like, okay, well, let's do a 4-channel amp where the sub is run off this, and then the other half of the amp is run off this, it runs the highs. And apparently he wasn't satisfied with that, but instead of coming back and asking me for my help, he just pulls the speakers out. He installed the zone. I guess he got his friend to help him. And then like, basically in his mind, he proved that I was wrong. And I'm like, I was never right or wrong. I was just making recommendations based on your budget. And so, but he came back. That was the other thing too, is there was a couple times where he was supposed to come out to do an appraisal on some roofing work that I need. And he flaked out twice, where he like texts me. He's like, hey, you going to be there? And then like, he doesn't show. And then like, he's like, sorry, I'll be there. And then he doesn't show. And so again, I don't take things personal like that. I just, it's just a little annoying, but I was like, whatever. So anyways, he shows up yesterday, and he, he's just a regular skinny white guy, and all the skinny white guys look alike to me. And a lot of you bass heads all look alike to me. Like I don't remember a lot of things. Now, if you start talking about your system, and that's what happened. So he got a little offended that I didn't remember him. And I'm like, I'm sorry. I deal with a lot of people. And so then he, let me go pick something else to look at. So then he's in my office, and premium series speakers. What? Car audio. Premium. Those aren't it. Those are the 3.5s, and he undercut me on those. I was selling them for 120, and he's selling them for 80 fucking bucks. God damn it, Larry. Let me do something else again. The amps. That's what I wanted to talk about. So there's this Class D amp, which is the 600 watt one. Let's see what it's fused at. 60 amps. So it does about 720 watts and real power. Even though he put the peak rating on there, I don't really like that, but whatever. But it is 1 ohm stable, which is very nice because that makes it different than the Alpine amps. there's actually another amp that I almost stumbled across because it's not, there it is. It wasn't really listed there. This was the one, I told him to post it for $150 at least, and he was like, we'll sell it for this. This is a solid 1200 watt amp. So it's fused at what is that, 120 amps. And it's great. It's great to use even with the 4-gauge kit, which comes with a 120 amp fuse, CCA. And takes 4-gauge, 1 ohm stable, 4-way, whatever. This is what I was wanting though, is something that I can stock all the time. Because even if I only make, say, 20 bucks on it, at least I have it in stock. And a lot of times it helps me sell subs, right? But if you have subs, but you don't have an amp, or you have an amp, you don't have subs, it's like they want it all in one shot. So, but anyways, I wanted to point out those two things. And then they got the full range Class AB. And again, I have not seen these. I have not, maybe they're coming in tomorrow. So, but it says 40 in stock, and it says that about all of them. So maybe he's got 40 on the container coming to us. That's a pretty heavy fuse right there. 70 amps for that. Let's see what they want for it. I didn't catch it. Oh, 110. That's a little high for that one, especially for Class AB. But that's just my opinion. All right. So skinny white guy. So skinny white guy is sitting there. He gets mad, blah, blah, blah. So anyways, so he brought back the speakers that he felt like he didn't want. And then he starts complaining about how much he paid. And I think for everything, he ended up paying about $450, 500 watts, or $500. And he's like, well, I should get back this and this for these. And I was like, well, no, I sold you those for this, which I think it was like some kicker 5 1/4 for like 30, 35 a pair. And then it was like the only thing he could fit in the dash, and Toyota is known for this, is making a 4-inch or even a 3.5 and aiming it at your knees. And that was the only thing that would fit in there. And I tried to explain to him, I said, well, if you're unsatisfied with those, that's fine. I have something stronger, but it gets really expensive. I don't have anything in between. And so, and then it was the carbon fiber ones, the BlackJack dealers only ones. And I think whatever, I priced them at $80 or $100 or whatever it was. And he like got mad. He's like, like, I don't know what he was expecting. Like, I think he was wanting like a free upgrade or something. I couldn't understand what he was wanting. And I really just got a bad vibe about him because he was wanting a refund, and he was wanting more than what was the value of the items. And he just, again, was blaming things on me. He's a young guy. He's in his 20s. And so, I'm not sure, whatever. Some of these guys are noobs, and they don't know how to handle or negotiate conflict or negotiate what they want. And again, I really recommend Jordan Peterson on how to negotiate things in your life and how to assert yourself in order to get what you want. Yes, you may offend somebody, but at least you get what you want. Because otherwise, if you just lay low and, as my wife puts it, her dad didn't want her to rock the boat, you never win. Never. If you're always afraid of what other people will think, and you're always afraid to rock the boat, you never win. And so you end up going through your life as a loser. It's fucking horrible. So anyways, and you don't have to go the other direction, which is that you're a winner all the time and you're Trump and you teabag everybody. You don't have to go that direction either. So, but anyways, so I've been down this road before. I've been on this shitty train that ends with death and violence. And this guy was going down that road, and I said, look, bud, you don't want to spend more money. I don't want to take your money. Right now, you're a liability for me. I don't, no matter what I do, you're not going to like it because your expectations are too high. And I was just really honest with him and really blunt with him. And he got really butthurt because I didn't want his money. And some people, and that's an expectation. A lot of people go to a place where, again, people start calling me a business. I'm like, I'm not a business. I'm just some guy that works in his backyard. And, they have this expectation that I have money. So you're supposed to do what I want. And that's a really high expectation to force on someone. And so at first I was real gentle with him. I was like, hey, lower your expectations. You'll be much happier in life. You'll be much happier in this interaction. Otherwise, there's nothing I can do to help you. I don't want to help you. And then he's like, no, I'll learn. I'll be good. I want to learn. Tell me. And I go, well, I'm telling you what you should do. And you're not liking the words that are coming out of my mouth. And I said, so I think you should just really leave. And again, I was really calm about it and all this kind of stuff. And so that's when he kind of storms off, and then he's like, I'm not going to send people your way. And I said, and then I just agreed with him. I go, good. I don't, if they're anything like you, I don't want those kinds of people here. That they don't belong here. They got too high of expectations. And then all of a sudden he's like, you and your fucking junkyard. I bet I got more money than you in the bank. And I was like, I bet you do too. I don't have any money in the bank right now. And I still got to make rent. And he's like, you're fucking blah, blah, blah. And then he drops the N-bomb on me. He calls me a nigger. And I was like, okay, like, and he's white and I'm white. And I'm like, it was really good. I was like, okay, like, I get it. So, purposely ignorant, lazy, not helpful, niggardly, that's fine. And so then he's like, you're a nigger. And I go, well, then why are you hanging out with niggers? If being a nigger is such a horrible thing. And then he's like, rah, 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 rah. And then again, so we both give each other the salute as he's leaving and I'm leaving. And then I'm like wondering if he's actually going to leave. Otherwise he's going to do some destructive thing to the property. And I got to go get my fucking phone. And this is what I was telling you about, is like, I've already asked people to leave and then they don't want to leave. And then I turn on the phone and then that's what you see. That's the part you see. So I've already, I've already interacted with this human being and he's being a butthole. And I'm like, I don't want your fucking money. I want you to leave, and then, it was like, the other thing he brought up was, I cursed at him. I don't understand that about young people. How come you don't curse? Every time I would go on PlayStation, I got 11-year-olds calling me the N-word. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on with here? And then they're coming up and stabbing me in fucking Call of Duty. Motherfucker. So anyways, so yeah, he calls me the N-word and I'm like confused. And then the next day he does a follow-up. Oh, that was the other thing, was he kept telling me how much money he had. And I'm like, well, then what are you doing here? I'm here to save people money, not take your money. I did my best to try to help the guy, and he just fucking shit on me. And I was like, if you got so much money, then you need to go learn a lesson about life and go get your, butthole punctured by some guy, some car audio guy. And he's like, I will. And I'm like, I will. Good. I'm like, well, leave. I'm waiting for you to leave. So anyways, so he left. And then the next day he follows up with a text that says, I don't have my thing on here. So, but he's like, he found something online where like fucking 10 years ago or whatever, somebody else, some prick that owns BMWs that was a douchebag that I dealt with locally. Again, high expectations, cheap as garbage, but expecting, really great results. And I was like, no, that's not working. So, but anyways, come to find out that, I'm bipolar and I didn't take my meds that day or whatever this. And I was like, no, I go, this is about you and your responsibility. And I go, I don't know why you're so butthurt. All I did was turn down your money. That's it. That's all I did. And you're having this spaz attack and you're being a whiny little cunt about this stuff. And of course I typed this so that he can screen capture it and show everybody. I don't give a shit. It's like, all I did was show you what kind of douchebag you were being, and I didn't put up with your fucking abuse. So, but the reason why I share this stuff with you is because when you're doing this, when you're doing installs for people and you're trying to help people and you're trying to be nice, and you're trying to be a Boy Scout, all the things that I've preached on my fucking channel, people are still going to not like it. And so that goes back to Big D Wiz. So again, all I did was express my opinion and people yelled at me. And what was funny was, earlier today, I was telling my wife, and I was watching some other Big D videos. I like that he does the testing. It's just interesting to know. It's interesting to know, like on the Salt 3K that he just tested, all that is the same amplifier I'm selling for $450, and they're selling for $1,000. Same fucking amplifier, but it's Salt, and it's like low voltage, and it's the dumbest thing in the world. Again, I don't recommend Sundown unless you like paying too much. So, and you like supporting JP. But shit, where was I going with that one? Fuck. I think I'm tired. Yeah, it's past midnight. I'll let you guys go. I love you. Watch some Jordan Peterson. Well, I don't like his views on porn, but whatever. I mean, that's his opinion. So There you go. There's some of the people that get mad at me. So don't do that. And watch Fanagram. They're a great little band. It's just two people rocking out, and they do good stuff. And then watch some Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle loves you. I love you too. Bye.